Good morning. I hope you're anticipating a good day. I got pulled over by a policeman. Please don't give me a ticket. I'm just a poor preacher. I know, said the policeman. I heard you preach last night. After the morning service, the church treasurer addressed the congregation, saying, I have a piece of bad news, then a piece of good news, followed by some more bad news. The bad news is we require a new roof, and it's going to cost quite a bit of money. The good news is we already have the money. The bad news is it's in your pockets. A young couple had a fatal car accident on the way to their wedding. When they met St. Peter at the pearly gates, they asked if it was possible for them to marry in heaven. He said he would make some inquiries and get back to them. A year later, St. Peter found the couple and told them they could get married. Could we get a divorce if it doesn't work out? They wanted to know. Good grief, St. Peter exclaimed. It took me a whole year to find a preacher up here, and now you want me to find you a lawyer? The newly appointed priest was being briefed by the housekeeper on problems in the rectory that required immediate attention. Your roof needs repair, Father, she said. Your water pressure is bad, and your furnace is not working. Now, Mrs. Kelly, the priest allowed, you've been the housekeeper for 5 years, and I've only been here a few days. Why not say our roof and our furnace? Several weeks later, when the priest was meeting with the bishop and several other priests, Mrs. Kelly burst into the office terribly upset. Father, Father, there's a mouse in our room and it's under our bed. A man walked into the ladies' section of a Macy's, one of the largest department store chains. He shyly walked up to the woman behind the counter and said, I'd like to buy a bra for my wife. What type of bra? Asked the clerk. Type? Inquires the man. There is more than one type? Look around, said the saleslady, as she showed a sea of bras in every shape, size, color, and material. Actually, even with all of this variety, there are really only 3 types of bras, replied the sales clerk. Confused, the man asked what were the types. The saleslady replied, the Catholic type, the Salvation Army type, and the Baptist type. Which one do you need? Still confused, the man responded, what is the difference between them? The saleslady responded, it is really quite simple. The Catholic type supports the masses. The Salvation Army type lifts up the fallen. And the Baptist type makes mountains out of molehills. A shy gentleman was preparing to board a plane when he heard that the Pope was on the same flight. This is exciting, thought the gentleman. I've always been a big fan of the Pope. Perhaps I'll be able to see him in person. Imagine his surprise when the Pope sat down in the seat next to him in the flight. Still, the gentleman was too shy to speak to the pontiff. Shortly after takeoff, the Pope began a crossword puzzle. This is fantastic, thought the gentleman. I'm really good at crosswords. Perhaps if the Pope gets stuck, he'll ask me for assistance. Almost immediately, the Pope turned to the gentleman and said, Excuse me, but do you know a four-letter word referring to a woman that ends in UNT? Unt? Only one word left to mind. My goodness, thought the gentleman, I can't tell the Pope that. There must be another. The gentleman thought for quite a while. Then it hit him. Turning to the Pope, the gentleman said, I think you're looking for the word ant. Of course, says the Pope. Do you have an eraser? Last one. A Mormon, a Jew, and an African American arrived together at St. Peter's gate. Before you can be admitted, says St. Peter, I'd like you each to tell me why you deserve to be here. The Mormon speaks first. I've devoted my life to helping my fellow man. The Jew says, I've given countless hours to the support of my community and to helping the state of Israel. And you, says St. Peter, turning to the African American. I spent my whole life in Boston trying to improve race relations. I even married an Irish Catholic girl. Really? When did this happen? Oh, about 10 minutes ago. And on that note, until next time.